Greeting, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Interesting Ideas. And it is the 9th of January. And now we are fully over the holiday time. And that's a little bit bittersweet because there's a certain spirit about that is nice. But of course now we are more into what is oftentimes called ordinary time. These are certainly not ordinary times. They are extraordinarily challenging. But we're back at what the work and what life is all about without both the distraction and hopefully, in some cases, what was the inspiration of the holiday time. And I want you to write down the title that I put forward today. Again, Monday, we make it brief because you're busy and you're listening to this later in the afternoon, in the evening. But here we go. Everything you do, and perhaps everything you are, is how you market and sell you. May I say that again? Remember, everything you do, and perhaps everything you are, is how you market you. Okay? Well, we're going to talk about that today, and I'm going to introduce you to the concept that will be very different. It's called the marketing life, and the program begins right now. And yes, we are ready to go. Thank you for your time with me. Whenever you do this, you honor me, and I hope that I honor you. Yesterday, on my Sunday program, I described how Jesus himself, the extraordinary man, actually began his new work by establishing a platform. He had to go public. And if you're going to make your mark in the world in any way, you're going to have to, in some way, go public. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's one of the things that in this entrepreneurial experience economy is vital to know. How do you go public? How do you connect with your audience? How do you persuade, promote, be not invisible? That's right, be not invisible in a crowded and oftentimes noisy marketplace. How do you let people know you are, and that perhaps you are different, that you are unique, that you have something to offer that very few people do? How do you do that? Well, that's the struggle that I've been with many, many, many years. And all of the people that I work with, because most of them are people who are entrepreneurs, small business people, they themselves cannot just have in somewhat the luxury of just doing what they're told and doing it well and knowing that they will receive an adequate and maybe even good income. They are people who have to make their mark in the marketplace, or they won't make it in the marketplace. And so for years, I've been thinking about, and now it's time for you to be a part of this program. We're going to call it the Marketing Life. There are thousands of books on marketing, most of them not very good. And many years ago, after I had written my first book, and it went fairly well, but it was very much dedicated to people in a particular industry called the financial services, and I still stick by the book. 75 to 80% of it is still very good. 20 to 25% of it is now a bit outdated, or it simply doesn't have some of the stuff that is needed to tell you how to do that, particularly in the now global, worldwide, internet-connected marketplace. It was called you make the difference. And my point was that your product, whatever your gadget or gizmo is, or whatever your service is, everybody else has one very much like it or very similar to it. Well, why should people buy from you? Great question. Whatever you do, there are thousands, perhaps millions of people who do what you do. And many of them do it just as well. So the question I put before you is, for instance, let's say, as it was, I needed to find a newer car, maybe a new car, and I was looking to lease that because I thought that would be better for me at this age and stage. Well, how do I know that you are the person and you are the company that I should work with? Because obviously I can buy that model car from hundreds of people and thousands of salespeople. Why should I do business with you? Why should I work with you? Now, if I would ask you that question in your service, how would you answer that? And don't tell me the usual. We give great service. Everybody says they give great service. Don't give me the usual, banal, hack-worn, same as always benefits and features about who you are and what you do. I'm too smart for that, and most people are. Why should I buy from you? I hope I have you just a little bit on edge, because the same thing is true with your job. Right now, many people who are quite creative can be somewhat replaced with the right and the not only the right, but perhaps the correct or powerful artificial intelligence robot. It is remarkable. In fact, I'm very much have done this for years because I have the voice for it. I've done a lot of voiceover or reading work for advertisements and books and other places. Guess what? Now, you don't need Stan Houston. You don't need to pay him to do a nice audio version of your book or your publication. There's a robot who will do it. And if you're sharp and smart, you can tell that it might not be nearly as good in some respects as what I can do as a real human personality with energy and competence. But for a lot of the work, you don't need someone like that. You just need the voice. And if that's all you need, the robot will win almost every time. There we are. We are at 8 minutes. So I hope I've got you thinking about the challenges that are before you. And they're real, and they're going to go and grow in 23. So thank you for your time so far. Now let's take a brief break while you think about that, and then let me tell you what we are going to try and do for you. I'm Stan Houston. The program is Interesting Ideas, and it's a Monday evening, so we'll keep it short, but we'll be right back. Okay, as we said, the video programs and perhaps related podcasts called The Marketing Life will begin this month in January of 23. And it will be a coaching and consulting and creating and crafting experience. Have you got that now? A coaching, consulting, creating, and crafting experience on how you can get very, very good at marketing and selling you and your services and your business products and the good stuff and the good things and the perhaps even transforming possibilities that come from you and your business and your contribution into the world. But it's not just based on knowing stuff and skills. It's about changing you. Because how do you market your stuff, your services, your goods, your products, your business? Well, you have to live it, the marketing life, because everything you do, and perhaps everything you are, is how you do market you. That's the summary. Now, the first assignment is just for you to do this. Okay, here's the one thing I want you to do. Look at your business. You say you don't have a business. Yes, you do. If you are, let's make it as simple as possible. You are taking orders at the McDonald's restaurant. That's what you do, and you're pretty good at it. All right? Then you, right now, are in the business of taking orders for products and services. Right now, you are doing this for McDonald's. You see, you're working for you, but you are also working with McDonald's. Not for them, with them. I want you to do this. Think about this. Here's what you are. Here's what you do. Here's the career before you. Here is the career opportunities that you're seeking to get good at. I want you to do this. Think about this question. Why should I buy from you? Why should I do business with you? Why should I hire you? Why should I employ you? Why should I make you a part of my team? Basically, it's 2 words and a question mark. Why you? Hey, there we go. Well, we're going to be doing more of that because Interesting Ideas is not only for you to be on the radio. By the way, why don't you finally do that and start building your platform right here by raising your hand and say, Stan, I have a platform. I have something that's worthwhile. I'd like to share it with you and your audience, your listeners, on Interesting Ideas. So reach out to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. Here's one of the things you do to market you whenever you can. Make sure that the people you work with, connect with, talk with, they're better off because they were with you. And always close with a benediction. And so, again, may this be a good day, and may it be just the day that gives you new understandings and perhaps new inspiration about how you can perhaps make more money and perhaps how you can upgrade your own personal business. May that understanding become clear to you today. That's my challenge and my benediction, and bye for now.